Hi everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another one of my course vlogs. Now this is a special treat. We're out here at Mission Viejo Country Club today. And we're playing all the way back, the Black Tees. This is Orange County's toughest golf course. If you're new to the channel, please click the button down below to subscribe. I'd love to see you back here week after week. And if you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. We'll see you out there on the 10th hole. We're starting on the back 9 today. Here we go. What a treat we have in store today. A beautiful property here. I don't think there's a single piece of level terrain here at Mission Viejo Country Club. Now the 10th hole is going to start off as a big dogleg to the left, heading straight up the hill off the tee. To cut the corner, you're going to have to go over the tops of the trees or hit a low right to left shot to ensure that it gets all the way up into the fairway. Once you're there, it's another climb into the green that's going to sit blind way up above the fairway, and it's pitched severely from back to front. Now, this was the first drive of the day. I had a little bit of an audience behind me and had to put on a show. A big drive right over the tops of the trees into the middle of the fairway, and a comfortable sand wedge here, trying to keep it underneath the hole, as that is everything here at Mission Viejo Country Club. Short game and putting will ensure your score keeps together, as there is trouble off the tee, but man oh man, coming into the greens, you have got to be precise. Now, the first birdie putt of the day did not drop, but it's a comfy tap-in par as we're off to the second hole of the day, number 11, a 400-yard par 4 sitting on top of the plateau. It's going to be another dogleg to the left, but it's completely different than the 10th. Make sure your drive threads the bunkers but doesn't go too far, as just beyond the bunkers, the fairway drops down significantly down into the valley and then raises back up to the green. It's a well-protected green, and anything short is going to drop back about 15 to 20 yards down the hill. And we have another green with a pitch right in the middle, severely sloping from back to front. Now we're playing as smart golf as possible today. 4-iron off the tee to go right down the middle of the fairway and split those bunkers. A comfortable 9-iron. It goes 160 yards on the driving range, and it should go 160 yards right now to the middle of the green. I was not messing around with that front hole location, but here I was on top of the hole, and this is the cardinal sin here at Mission Impossible. A brutal 30-foot downhill putt. I left it just short, and now this is a treacherous little 3-footer. Those are the kinds of putts that just keep rounds like these alive. Now the 12th hole here is another par 4 and rated the most difficult on the entire back 9. It's another par 4, doglegging to the left, but this time into the green. It's severely up the hill. Relatively flat off the tee, but way up the hill into the green. It's gonna be sitting blind for everybody coming in. And now that we see it, it probably is better served blind, as there's 4 bunkers wrapping all the way around and a severe slope from back to front, making this back hole location nearly impossible to get to. Now I really reared back on this one, trying to get the driver to turn over to the left, and I succeeded. Couldn't see the drive off the tee. I thought I lost it left in the trees, but it was just barely in the rough. 110 yards to the center of the green, but 130 adjusted all the way up and to that back flag. I just had a 125 gap wedge to the center of the green and playing this hole safe. Playing it up for the 2-putt lag here, as these greens are rolling perfectly smooth, and once you get the speed, you are gonna have a great day. Now the first par 3 on the back 9, lucky number 13, gonna be 210 yards down the hill off the tips, and over that water, it shouldn't really come into play except for just a couple hole locations, today's included, right on that front left tongue. Now here I was playing for the distance of the pin, but I aired off to the right side, playing just for the front of the green here. I got it to trickle on 15 feet underneath the hole for birdie. That's going to be quite possibly one of the best putts I see all day, and it was awesome to see it convert. Now the par 5 14th starts off right behind the 13th green and starts wrapping itself around this valley and all the way up to the top. The drive is going to have to carry that ravine. There is a little bit of fairway on each side of it if you can't get it over, but those fairway bunkers serve as your main hazard off the drive and around the corner. If you have enough distance, try to get it over those bunkers. It's really going to open up this hole into a 2-shotter. Otherwise, it's a demanding 3-shot par 5, requiring your layup to stay short of the ravine again before you head way up the hill to a very skinny and narrow green. Oh my gosh, the hill in the middle of this green, just wait and see. Now the trees downrange do provide a frame to this fairway, so going over that left-hand tree did miss this fairway on the left-hand side, and having 260 yards in, this was an automatic layup. It was straight back into the wind. I'm just going to hit a wedge here down into the middle of the fairway and have another gap wedge into this green.
Oh, that's got a bite.
Now to this front hole location, hitting a thin wedge was not ideal. As my host Bobby just described to me, I should hit this putt all the way over and onto the apron of the green to have any chance.
Oh, this should be better. Look at this shit. That is crazy good. I don't care. No. Either you're here. That's as good as I can.
Just about as good as I could have hoped for. 10 feet under the hole for par to validate the birdie on the last hole. Now that we're out of that terrain, it's time to have a little bit of fun. Here on the 15th, everything points to the left, but there is a little baby pathway through the trees and over the homes to get a drive close to this green. Now, the first time I played this golf course a few months ago, it was in a charity scramble, so I took a shot at it, and I hit 2 separate shots, both right next to the green. And today, I had no other thoughts in my head. 1 under par or not, I was going to hit that gap. Now, you might have heard me just barely clip the tree, and I thought this ball was a goner. I played a provisional down the fairway with an iron, and as we came around the corner, here was an extra ball sitting right next to the green. I couldn't drive up there fast enough to verify that it was mine. Oh boy. I was still coming down off the emotions to hit a good chip shot, so I just, blasted it right through the green. Couldn't hit any kind of a good birdie putt at all because it was unbelievably sloped. And now here, I just had to salvage a par. So ultimately, it's a 4, another par, and we're on to the 16th. The last par 3 here on the back 9 is going to play dramatically down the slope. It's going to be about a 10-yard adjustment from every single tee box. And today we're facing a front hole location, which is going to bring that bunker on the right severely into play. Now, the draw was working for me all day today, and it just went a little bit too far left on this one. Just up on the fringe, and another putt that's way, way above the hole. Just trying to feed this one down to a nice, comfy range. but I just couldn't get the slope right through the shadows. It was really deceiving coming with the big downhill slope and then a flattening out green. You just can't quite judge how much slope there is, unfortunately leading to the first bogey of the day. But now we can bounce back almost immediately as we have a par 5 that is under 500 yards. Well, that's got to be for a reason, because that's from the tips. It's even shorter from the up tees, and everybody plays it as a par 5. The reasoning here is all in the terrain and the architecture of the hole. It's all downhill, down, down, down to the bottom until you hit this little bit of a funnel. Everybody's ball is going to collect at the bottom of the hill. It's about 320 yards to start climbing the hill. So once you get down there, you're going to have about 180 to the front of the green, but it plays about 200 yards because of the uphill slope. And of course, today we got a back hole location sitting up on top of the shelf that is severely right through the middle of this green. Now, after the last drive felt a little bit right, I decided to play the cut off this tee as I knew I was going to need it coming into the front 9. And then, of course, I tried to play a draw with my iron here and just block it out to the right and leave it in the greenside bunker. Now, remember, this pin is sitting way up on the back shelf of this green.
Oh, that's terrible. Look at that go. See you later, ball.
See you later. This ball looked like it was right on the stick, and then it just trickled away and away and away and away down to the front part of the green. I was able to get a nice line on it, though. It was a pretty straight putt. Just another 2-putt, though, and comfy tap-in par as we're on to the 18th hole, my 9th of the day, and this is one awesome closing hole for this golf course. A 430-yard par 4 from the tips. It's going to have enough length off the tee here where you can air out your driver. It's about 350 to the end of the fairway. Once you get there, you're going to have to turn to the right and hit a precise iron shot. Big bunkers protecting all sides of this green. And of course, it's going to have a shelf running right through the middle. And of course, we're facing a back right hole location, just about as hard as it gets. Now, this is the first bad drive of the day. It went dead to the left. I was trying to play the cut, and it was a double cross to the left. Luckily, the 10th fairway was right over there. So I had a great lie in a fairway, and I had a shot. 177 yards, should be an 8-iron. But I did the same as I did on the 17th hole and left it short right in the trap. And then I absolutely flushed that bunker shot right over the hole, and I thought I was in the back bunker, but it was right here on the lip. I'm standing in the sand and chipping off the grass. That's never comfortable. And now I got one more 6-foot putt just to avoid a double bogey. Thanks everyone for joining us. We will see you next week for the front 9 conclusion. Later.